What's happening, people? Luminaire's back, and if you haven't noticed, I'm going a little bit upload crazy today. Why? Because I'm doing double dosage. Not just in Disgaea entries, but also in... I'm doing 2 whole Let's Plays now. What? Luminaire, can you do that? God, damn straight I can.
Bless me.
Damn Skippy.
I'll teach you.
Damn. I can do it because I feel like it. Also, it seemed like the right game to play at the right time. I said it was a mystery game last time. Of course, by the time this video comes up, you probably know what the other game is. And that would be Sonic Generations. Seeing as how I'm not playing live and commentating live in that game like I am in this one. No, I'm sorry. I think I got that backwards. And seeing how I'm not playing... Okay. Seeing as how I'm commenting in post as opposed to during in the other one, I actually have more ample time to talk about that series. Because when you're playing Sonic levels for the first time, everything's so fast and frantic, I don't have time to finish a thought before something happens like, whoa, crap, reaction. It's actually hard to talk when recording live. Which I haven't done since Puzzle Quest 2. But anyway, yeah, Sonic. Huge Sonic fan. Well, a pretty big Sonic fan. I've played pretty much all the good Sonic games. I dare not go near games such as Sonic the Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 2006, which was like the first one on the PlayStation 3, which I hear might be like the worst Sonic game in existence. I still need to play Sonic CD though. But I played all the originals on the Genesis. I played Sonic Adventures 1 and 2. And the underrated Sonic Unleashed, which I think the daytime levels in that were fantastic. Yeah, the werewolf was mediocre, but it wasn't horrible. It didn't break the experience or nothing like that. And I didn't get to play Sonic Colors yet, but it looks like Sega has finally come to grips with what makes a Sonic game good. And that's just Sonic. It's like, they got the old and the new. It's like the best parts of both worlds. So, kudos to you, Sega. It only took you 10 years, but I think you finally got the hang of it. As for this... so, I'll be doing that. I don't know how many levels are in the game, but I can probably finish that game within the week. Most likely. And meanwhile, I'll still be uploading this guy 4 vids, because, well, they take that much longer to complete. And afterwards, probably some random Modern Warfare 3 here and there. Maybe throwing a Beautiful Joe. We'll see.
Here I go!
But yeah. As for this map, back now that Disgaea talk. Again, it's a case where this map should be a lot harder than it actually is because you can attack from the base panel. The silence is supposed to be you can only use physical attacks, and these guys have great defense. But I don't feel like playing by the game's rules. I mean, not like I'm cheating or anything, but also I'm not going to upload a 4-minute Let's Play. That sounds kind of stupid, doesn't it? So, we'll heal, we'll save, we'll dance, we'll kiss, we'll schmooze, we'll sing, we'll go home happy. What do you say? Hercules. So just do a little save, and... story. So, time to shut up now.
There they are again!
Deceiving, hating, hurting, killing among friends, compatriots, neighbors, and humans. They have no right to live. And those who just watched and didn't do anything, I will punish them all!
Killing among your compatriots? I wonder if he's talking about Artina. Miss Artina was killed by her allies under suspicion of being a spy.
But why is he so obsessed with the death of someone who was not even involved with him?
That's because he actually was involved with my death.
What do you mean by that?
He He was the reason I was persecuted.
What? So was he the key enemy personnel that you treated?
Yes. That man was Judge Nemo. My death is what triggered Judge Nemo's birth.
And that's the responsibility that you were talking about. Then I'm also partially responsible for this. If I had killed everyone there while I was enraged, this wouldn't have happened.
But that was because I stopped you.
This is no longer a weight that you must shoulder alone. Don't blame yourself too much.
Ooh. Unlike before, this one's a bit of a doozy. We have lots of magic attackers from afar. Increased range and pretty powerful spells. I won't lie, their magic is pretty damn tough, especially since most of my characters don't specialize in resistance. And I felt like I couldn't try to get rid of them right at the beginning because I felt threatened by the dragons and the chickens and everything. However, I did not know that they're all going to magic change. So I could have had a free turn to actually attack these bastards. Such a shame. But, you know, not a huge deal. I managed to work my way around it.
Let's go attack!
Like a boss. Alright, so onward to more character descriptions.
Sorry about that.
Just did Axel, and not shockingly, he's not anything special. I mean, he's a special character, but yada yada yada. Axel, and apparently there are a lot of Flonne fans, so you'll be happy to know that yes, she is the next playable character after Axel. Boy, that was one bitch of a fight. Wait till you see it, guys. Woo! Alright, Flonne. The power of love! For a time in the late game, healing is still an important function in your party. While this is true, Flonne is an amazing character. She has far more damage potential than a raw healer, and her stats are nice. She combines natural healing with a few offensive abilities that make it easier for her to gain mana and experience. There's really no downside to having her in your be your primary healer. And she has such a cute little sprite. HD Flonne looks pretty nice. When the super late game hits and offenses become your only true means of survival, Flonne can shift her focus and act more like a damage caster. She has enough core intelligence to do this, though her abilities aren't suited for it. You can inherit something fun from a magician to augment this part of her playstyle. Yeah. She's the beat event battle 2 to get her, and almost everything about her is identical to Fallen Angel Flonne, unsurprisingly. Aside from, well, she has the same weapon proficiencies, the same resistances, slightly different attacks, and her average aptitudes are the same, but they're just, displayed, they're just, what's the word I want to use? Wow, I can't believe we couldn't beat them. They're just spread out differently. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Bless me.
Let's see, she learns healing spells and Despoir, which is nice. Yeah, you need a good resistance stat to heal well, which fortunately she has. And she has great elemental resistances already, 50% in each, and eventually she'll learn natural Ophi Aura, like I mentioned, which decreases elemental attacks to her even further. So, Flonne is a magic tank, possibly your best magical tank you could possibly have. So if you find yourself needing such a character, however, that's unlikely this far in the game to get. But it could be nice. Although I suppose I should actually read her character aptitudes now, shouldn't I? Damn, those guys are tough. Alright, HP aptitude 100, SP 120, attack 110, defense 100, intelligence 130, resistance 130, hit 120, and speed 100. So, very similar to Fallen Angel Flonne, just, spread out a little differently.
Come over here! Here
Actually,
I come!
yeah, that's about right. You'll probably end up using staves with her. You're going to want to teach her magic. Star magic if you want, but also at this point you probably have enough mages, and you probably learned some really high-level spells. All you really need to do is teach her probably the Mega spells and the Terra spells. You don't have to go teaching her everything in between. Mega for hitting lots of enemies with a simple resistance for reduced mana cost, and Terra spells for the big boss-type enemies for pure damage. Afterwards, if you actually plan to max out her aptitudes, then by all means, teach her the rest of the magic. But I think it's a waste of time to try to teach her every magic spell while trying to build her up and level her up. You only need a few. Or you could just use star magic to be safe, since that hits everything neutrally. Oh, let's see, her first attack, Try-Dra-Meow. Sure. All of her specials are based on her intelligence. Not attack and hit like Fallen Angel Flonne. So Fallen Angel Flonne is better for both. Normal Flonne's better for staves. I still think that. Has a range of 4 tiles, hits a single target. Flonne's most basic attack gives her a bit of a punch at range. She's still more of a healer at heart. Getting some free attack abilities make her more versatile without costing any time or effort. Next is Saint Arrow. It's identical to Fallen Angel Flonne's. Oh man, shut up, Nemo. You are so annoying. Saint Arrow lacks a little in damage for a higher level attack skill. It's E, by the way. But its long range and affected area are more than adequate. Use this during rounds when Flonne doesn't need to heal and can afford to support attackers that are further up this field. And then finally, Great Flonzor X. Power C, it hits 4 tiles away, and it's cross. It hits up to 4 tiles away, so much better than Saint Arrows, or Holy Arrows. They used to be Holy Arrows. Lord, give me strength. Pound enemies from a variety of angles with this finisher. It's a great spell that capitalizes on Flonne's strong intelligence and does the most damage when she's in a configuration to cast spells and heal. This lets her act like a bow user without giving up a staff. Yay. Let's see, how much damage do I actually do? No, the fear energy is too great. Ugh, that's the problem. I should have stuck our Volcanus next to him. Oh, I'm sorry. We know she's Artina now. Yeah, I can just say Artina now, can't I? That was kind of bugging me. I'm actually surprised I didn't mess that up yet. Of course, I'm willing to bet a lot of you saw that coming. Wow, that's pretty much Flonne. Okay, so yeah, that is Flonne. I'm curious. A lot of people like the core trio from the original Disgaea game, that being Laharl, Etna, and Flonne. But I have to know, of the 3, which do you like the most? Most people, because I see a pretty much evenly spread out adoration for all of them. Etna has her, her fanboys. Flonne has her different fanboys. And, well, everyone just seems to like Laharl. Good old Barbara Goodson there as Laharl. Who's that? Why, it's none other than Rita Repulsa. Power Rangers. Please tell me I'm not the only one who's seen that show. I have a headache! Don't we all? thanks to your voice. But she's awesome as Laharl, I gotta say. Whoever does the voice for Flonne, I don't know what else she does. But, good for her for reprising her role every time as well. It's funny. At first, in the first game, she was supposed to be a genuine character, you know, a nice girl that a lot of people found annoying. I found her kind of annoying. The power of love! And, Lord, give me, you know, her voice is kind of grating. Now, I'm kind of amused how in Disgaea 4, it's like they purposely try to make her sound as love-crazy and annoying as possible. And for whatever reason, I like this exaggeration more. Maybe it's the intent. I don't know, but it's like, if you ever hear her attack, she's just like, the power of love! She just goes apeshit over that. And I think that's funny. Yeah, it's technically more annoying than how it used to be. But, I don't know, I guess it's all psychological.
Brace yourself!
There we go. Now I think I'm just barely out of these guys. Out of their range at this point. Ooh. This is one of those harder maps. All the units just take more hits to kill than I had anticipated. Oh, look at that, level 99. So close to 100. What do you get at 100? Nothing. He already learned all his last skills. Actually, no, I think he learns his next sword skill, Dark Secrecy. Yeah, that's not annoying to listen to. Yeah, thanks. Oh, man, Arcweed almost bought the farm there. This'll help. My most powerful magic character on an attack was 50. Will it do it? And then next time, on the next part of Luminaire plays Let's the No, it didn't.
There!
Ah. Well, surely a plus 50% stats dual canine fist can take care of this. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, definitely heal her.
Come over here!
Help me, Arcweed. You're my only hope. God, this sounds so constipated. Surviving by the skin of my teeth! Which is really cutting it close because teeth don't have skin. Let's learn human anatomy with Luminaire. On today's episode, the human teeth has no skin. Thank you for watching. Let's learn human anatomy with Luminaire. This is the one and only installment you will ever hear from me. I'll go, I guess I said, if I really wanted, I could do more of those, because my dad's a doctor. Family physician. I know a lot of medicine next to him. Not. I am so scientifically inept. I mean, sure, I find this stuff interesting, but, ooh, biology and chemistry, not my strong suit at all. In fact, the heavy science aspect is part of the reason why I could not major in psychology, which is what I originally tried to major in. When you got into endocrinology, which is the study of hormones in the body, and you're learning like 8+ syllable words for all these really long hormones and glands in the body, and then getting into the parts of the brain, and oh god, that's... No, I'm sorry, you win, psychology. You win. I barely managed to pass that class, but I'm like, fuck it, I can't keep this up. I'm barely passing. Oof. Endocrinology, man. Probably the hardest class I've ever taken. Ah! Bites finger. You're not dead yet! I mean, at this point, I can take my time, and I'll win, because I don't think they ever use the diagonal trick with magic spells like I do, which I abuse all the time. All the time. You know it, I know it, the American people know it. Not enough. Not enough. If I was one closer. There we go. Why'd I do that? Just to be safe. This time.
Come over here.
Surely Cross Demon Rush with Volcana standing next to him. Sorry, I can say Artina now. Artina standing next to him will do it, right? No! FML. Either fuck my life or for my lose. You get to pick. I think she should be able to do it. Oh, just barely not enough.
God.
Well, good thing I set that up. You're shitting me! Holy crap. You see what I mean when I said it always takes a little bit more than I anticipate? Oh, that's gonna wait. Oh, just barely. Neither of us are killing each other. I think she wants her revenge, though. Nobody Giga ices me and gets away with it. Wash, rinse, repeat. Always repeat.
God, bless me.
I think the mages might have worse defense. They have less health, it seems. Maybe? I'm gonna use Braveheart just to be safe. Woo! Finally! Oh man, a little mage girl should not sound like that. Thank you, spawn of Satan.
Here I
Gotta
go.
get that fear energy out of your system. Fuck yeah!
No human is trustworthy. The word faith is only a fantasy. Not a single man possesses such a thing. Doubting innocence, betrayal, humans killing each other. These are all because of the humans. So I...
Are all of these Nemo's voices? He's despised humans for 400 years. What the hell happened to him?
We might be able to gain a clue for extinguishing Nemo's malice by getting to the bottom of that. It's time for you to confess, Thief Angel.
Fin! Just because your precious lord might get lured away by her, you don't have to talk to her like that!
Idiot! How dare you!
Sure, I'll explain. I'll tell you everything.
Then let's start with Judge Nemo's true identity.
He was a soldier, an intelligent man who had already become a lieutenant commander at a very young age. My country and his were in an extended war, which had started long before either of us were born. The everlasting hatred was painstakingly portrayed by the punishment he received after failing his mission and getting caught by us. Artina's story vividly depicted the unbearable brutality of humanity. The enemy stripped away the soldier's last hopes and replaced them with pain. After he survived his ordeal of being in the enemy's hands, he was suspected of being a spy and was betrayed by his own country. His country punished him by taking away his beloved family. It was the humans and the war that seized the soldier's dignity as a human being and created Judge Nemo. So you were the one who saved him? Yes. He happened to wander into my treatment center near the border. He was extremely dehydrated and malnourished. The doctors and nurses had already escaped the war zone, and only a few patients and I remained.
What a fool. You should have run away with the others.
You're right, but I couldn't. And that's why you were killed by your allies? Yes. I have no regrets. I followed my own beliefs. The only regret I have is the promise I shared with a certain vampire.
Just stay on topic for now.
Mr. Vampire wasn't the only man who suffered because of my death, however.
Judge Nemo, huh?
He wished to end his life, but the war wouldn't allow that. Once again, he was taken hostage by my country and forced to live. What a horrible existence. Of course he would hate humans after that. My nightmare can't even compare to what he went through for real.
To him, Artina must have been like a stream of light in the desert of his despair.
His hatred toward humans must be immeasurable. But he fought against his hate for as long as he could. His conscience and reasoning told him that revenge wasn't the answer. However, he was dragged further into the darkness by the evils of humanity until, finally, his rationale was broken. I was always right there by his side, but without my body, the only thing I could do was shout to him with my silent voice. He concluded that humans were only good for hurting each other, including their loved ones, and planned his revenge against them. But this was only to be the beginning of Judge Nemo's scheme. He then aimed his hatred towards demons and angels for letting humans run rampant, and determined that they were just as guilty.
And the rest is history, huh?
I visited him many times after Lady Flonne took me in. Of course, my voice was never able to reach someone who didn't believe in angels. That is really sad. I wanted to stop him, no matter what. So I sought help from Lady Flonne.
How did she respond to your pleas?
She said we needed funds to prepare for the rising Armageddon. So I worked as hard as I could to collect as much hell as possible, as quickly as possible.
After all your efforts and being labeled as a thief angel in the netherworld, that robot was the end result?
Great ones or X, right? Is that Archangel mentally okay? Well, Lady Flonne's prophecy about the Rising World Crisis was accurate. It's just the solution that she prepared was that thing.
Basically, your mission wasn't to collect money. You were only trying to atone for your guilt.
Yes, I'm fine with not everyone agreeing with me. I'm only here to take responsibility for my own part in this.
Looks like you really mean it. Fine. Although we have differing motives, we're aiming for the same result. Fenric, any objections?
I'm not fully convinced, but at least we now have a clue to defeating Nemo's malice. I have no objections, my lord.
Excellent. That's my Fenric. I'm counting on you.
Understood. All is for my lord.